This is my second time coming to this world. Welcome to Star Garden Continent. Please choose your class. Confirm class, Guardian. After entering the game, you decisively chose the Guardian class, guiding you to rebirth, possessing the only talent in the whole server, soul-stealing, Star Garden Endowment. Any living being that dies within 1,000 meters of you will generate a soul shard that only you can see. After absorbing the soul shard, your attack permanently increases by 1 point and your attack range increases by 1 meter, and can be stacked without limit. Soon you create a character, whose name is One Arrow Double Standard. After you arrived at the novice village, you were shocked by the constant influx of players. Fortunately, as a Reborn player, you had expected this. You didn't wait in long lines at the entrance of the training spot near the village like everyone else. Instead, you went to a thatched hut and activated a hidden quest by giving the system-gifted farmhand to the villager. Then, with the help of the villager, you climbed over the wall and left the novice village. No way, bro. He gave away his weapon? Is he going to fight monsters with his bare fists? You ignored the shock of the people around you. You quickly went around the outskirts of the village to the training spot at the village entrance. Now New Era has just launched. A large number of new players are crowded at the training spot at the village entrance, defeating rabbits. Even without weapons, New Era can kill rabbits on the verge of death in an extreme state. At this moment, your gaze fell on a rabbit that was just dying. On the rabbit's corpse, particles floated up and flew directly towards you, merging into your body. You absorbed Soul Shard +1. Your attack power +1, attack range +1. You were overjoyed and then went to the deepest part of the training spot and stood there, constantly absorbing the surrounding soul shards. These are all newly arrived players, and they are still increasing as the rabbits die. Just as you were busy absorbing soul shards, a voice came from the side. Brother, that guardian is so pitiful. Look at the longbow in his hand. Yao Yao, stop it. We can't snatch any experience anywhere. Why are you free to mind other people's business? I see he's been standing there for a long time. Can we help him? Don't meddle in other people's business. Soon, 5 hours passed. The number of players at the village entrance training spot began to decrease, and your stats also underwent obvious changes. Your attack power has reached an exaggerated 4258, and the efficiency of death is also decreasing. One Arrow Double Standard no longer lingered, heading towards a level 1 practice spot in the distance. The monsters here were wildcats. Their attack power was a little stronger than rabbits, but their health was almost the same, so they died quickly too. They even saw acquaintances here, the brother and sister from before. The brother was a rogue. The sister was a priestess. The two were working hard to fight the wildcats. The wildcat's claws landed on the brother. Each time it inflicted some damage. Brother, I saw that poor guy again. He's still level 0. Brother, should we help him? He doesn't even have a weapon. Little sister, are you stupid? Your brother's forearms are about to smoke. You still have time to feel sorry for a stranger? The sister didn't say anything upon hearing this, only giving him an apologetic look. But her own brother is also working very hard. Give him a buff. As for the data boost, a green light rose above the brother's head. The brother immediately grinned. We can level up after killing 2 more wildcats. Then brother will take you to kill level 2 monsters. Okay, brother. What is that thing? The Wildcat King. Black Iron Grade Boss. A layer of light purple aura was wrapped around the Wildcat boss. This change suddenly caused exclamations from the surrounding players. Everyone focused their attention on the Wildcat King. The crowd became chaotic amidst the exclamations. A large number of players began to rush towards the Wildcat King. Some ranged classes had already launched attacks first. There was no limit to the number of people attacking an outdoor boss. As long as your attack range was sufficient, you could attack it. Afterwards, the boss's experience reward would be distributed based on damage dealt. Damage less than 1% was not included, and the item rewards belonged to the killer. Compared to the noise of the crowd, you seemed much calmer, because only you understood that the Wildcat King spawn was not an accident but a mechanism of the New Era game. When a large number of monsters died in an area, there was a chance that a regional boss would spawn. That's how the Wildcat King appeared. Only the rabbit area was an exception. At this time, some ranged class attacks had already landed on the Wildcat King. Everyone watched with excitement. As long as these attacks could deal damage, it meant the Wildcat King could be killed. However, what stunned everyone was that a large number of ranged attacks landed on the Wildcat King, and in the end, only a few single-digit numbers floated above its head. Nearly 98% of the ranged damage was ruthlessly absorbed by it. This scene directly stunned the surrounding players. Only you in the field knew the reason for this, from the damage calculation method in the New Era game. Unlike traditional games, if the attack doesn't break defense, it will absolutely not deal damage. Even forced debuffs won't work. At this time, the player's attacks enraged the Wildcat King, and he let out a sharp scream. Sharp claws instantly popped out, and he swung them fiercely at the crowd in front of him. The group standing in front of the Wildcat King. Warrior players were instantly killed, and one unlucky player even dropped a piece of equipment. A quick-handed rogue next to him instantly looted it. Big Cat, this boss's defense is unbreakable. Big Cat, this guy is starting a massacre. The crowd was in chaos, watching the players being beaten by the boss and fleeing in disarray. You sneered and walked towards the Wildcat King. Is he crazy? At the same time, the Wildcat King also noticed your existence. A trace of disdain flashed in his eyes. This human is too stupid, too stupid. He wants to challenge me alone? Those players who were panicking and retreating also collectively crashed. The brother and sister from before were even more stunned. While everyone was shocked, you heard a game prompt in your ear. World congratulations to player 4 killing the Black Iron level boss Cat King. Because you are the first player in the entire server to kill the Black Iron level boss. Your reputation is enhanced. You obtained a silver grade outfit. You obtained the unique title Pioneer. Because you are the first player in the entire server to kill a boss, your deeds will be spread throughout the entire Xian Yuan continent. Do you want to hide your name? No. Full server announcement. Player 1 Arrow Double Standard has become the first player in the entire server to kill a Black Iron level boss. Therefore, as a special reward, a silver grade equipment chest and reputation enhancement are awarded. Unique title Pioneer. Everyone at this moment has only one thought in their minds. Who is this 1 Arrow Double Standard? How can we get in touch with him? While the players are still in a daze, you quickly picked up the loot on the ground and added it to your constitution stat. Then you looked at an item in your inventory, a piece of equipment flashing with green light, exquisite Wildcat boots. Perhaps because it was the first kill, the Black Iron level boss dropped bronze grade equipment. However, you are only level 2 now and cannot equip these shoes yet. Besides this bronze equipment, there is also a silver treasure chest that has not been opened yet. You took a deep breath and then opened the treasure chest. Moved to where the silvery white light shone. This was the Silver Moon Longbow. Silver Moon Longbow Silver Grade. Attack range plus 50. Attack speed plus 10%. Attack speed plus 10%. Silver Moon Carnival active effect. Increases firing rate to 200% for 10 seconds. Cooldown time, 1 hour. Your eyes lit up, you just happen to need it. The skill attached to the Silver Moon Longbow perfectly compensates for my current shortcoming of not being fast enough in attack speed. The efficiency of clearing monsters has increased. You put away the Silver Moon Longbow and pretended to be a newbie. Mixing into the leveling crowd, you directly bypassed the Wildcat leveling spot and headed towards the Wild Dog leveling spot further away. There were quite a few players going here, but the density was already noticeably effective. You came to a relatively dense area of people and then pretended to act towards a few open spaces. Occasionally firing an arrow, just as you were collecting soul fragments with peace of mind, a petite figure came to your side. Great God, 1 Arrow Double Standard. Is that you? You've mistaken me. Impossible, I've been watching you for a long time. You are 1 Arrow Double Standard. You've really mistaken me. You don't need to lie to me. I remember your figure. Great God, can I have a friend slot? You can call me if you need healing in the future. I heal a lot and my brother is also very useful. If there's an errand to run, I can ask him to help you, Yao Yao said, pointing to a rogue in the distance who was swinging an opponent into afterimages. Yao Yao. Almost out of blood. Save me. Yao Yao immediately used a healing skill upon hearing this. The next second, a green light lit up above the rogue's head, adding 88 health points. You frowned slightly upon seeing this. Such a high amount of healing for a priest of this level. Being able to add 40 points would be good, but this priest named Yao Yao can actually add 88 points. So, add me as a friend. I already did. I'm Yao Yao returning to Cloud Chariot. One of the 3 great healers of the previous life, known as the human-shaped spring water, Yao Cream. But Yao Cream from the previous life gave off an aura of strangers keep away, completely different from this naive and sweet appearance. But speaking of which, if the priest in front of me is Yao Cream, then he must be Jian Rennying. Is your brother called Shadow of the Abyss? Do you know my brother? As expected, it's Bastard Shadow. A veteran rogue in the gaming world, a Syscon, and the #1 bastard in the guild. I heard his talent is acceleration, which makes him a pretty good errand boy. Thinking of this, the corners of your lips curve slightly as you look at the dazed creamy priest, now even more appealing. I won't add your brother's friend for now. I'll just call you if anything comes up, thanks God. After chatting with Creamy for a bit, you left the Wild Dog training camp. Currently, the main force of players has reached level 3, and some high-level players have already reached level 4, approaching level 5. You remember, The first player to reach level 5 can receive the only quest in the beginner village, and a unique general quest, which will greatly help in the leveling journey ahead. Currently, since the game started, more than 6 hours have passed. Because of the game helmet, your online time is only 8 hours, and you must use the remaining hour or so to level up to level 5 and then get the dungeon quest. Once you get the quest, you can wait until you log in tomorrow to complete it. Your attack power at this stage is completely enough to one-shot any normal monster at this stage. Relying on your memory of the beginner map, you skipped the leveling area for players below level 9 and went straight to the deepest part of the beginner village, the level 10 leveling area. This is a huge valley, and wandering in the valley are level 10 wild monsters called Savage Bear. Savage bears have high health and defense, but are slow and have poor combat skills. Players can pull them one-on-one. Because of your range, you don't need to take risks at all. Entering the valley, you go straight to the side to a towering cliff wall. From here, you can overlook the entire Savage Bear area, and the distance to the Savage Bears below is no more than a kilometer. You take out your beginner bow, equip the Destiny longbow, and draw and shoot the arrow in one go. An arrow accurately lands on a Savage Bear. Savage Bear's HP minus 601. With just one arrow, the health bar above the Savage Bear's head instantly empties. You killed a Savage Bear, gaining 180 experience. You draw your bow again, aiming at the next Savage Bear. You killed a Savage Bear, gaining 180 experience. The following time turns you into a heartless sniping machine, and every time you draw and shoot an arrow, you can take down a Savage Bear. Deliberately, you reached level 5. After reaching level 5, your ears heard the game prompt. Congratulations, you were the first to reach level 5. Your strength has been recognized by the Novice Village Chief. You can go to Novice Village Chief number 3 to receive the unique task. Here it comes. Your heart tightened. You directly crushed the town return scroll and returned to Novice Village. Soon, you found the Novice Village Chief. I happen to have a very important task that requires your help. Are you willing to help me? I am willing. Good. I knew I didn't misjudge you. In the volcano west of the village, there is a lava demon. I need you to defeat it and seal it with this scroll. You triggered the unique hidden quest, Lava Demon. Task description. Located in the westernmost volcano of the Land of Beginnings, there is a lava demon lurking. Bring the sealing scroll and seal the demon. Valid time, 3 days. You looked at the time, there were still a little over 10 minutes left of the 8 hours. You immediately went offline. As a unique quest after you accepted the quest, no one else can accept it from the village chief again. You took off the game helmet. Having played the game for a whole night, you were already starving. You immediately made a bowl of instant noodles. After eating, you fell asleep. Time passed quickly. In the blink of an eye, it was already 12 o'clock at night. With a flash of light, you went online again. You were still at the village chief's house where you logged off last time. You looked at the game time, because when you logged off last time, there were still 16 minutes remaining. Therefore, this time the game time is 8 hours and 16 minutes. The maximum accumulated game time is 16 hours. It won't accumulate any further beyond that. After logging in, the unique quest was still there. You, during the day, had carefully recalled the walkthrough for this unique quest. You already had a plan in mind. But before that, you have something more important to do. You are already level 5. You have met the conditions for upgrading common skills. All classes, when selected, will learn a basic common skill. The basic common skill for offense and defense is single heavy sword. After upgrading, it can be transformed into a double-barreled greatsword. You arrive at the village's attack and defense guide instructor, spending 100 copper coins to upgrade the single-barreled greatsword into a double-barreled greatsword. Then, you open the friend list and see the only friend, Yao Yao online. You immediately send her a message. There's a quest, want to join. On the other side, in the level 4 wild boar area, Yao Yao is idly leaning against a tree, playing with her novice spear. Not far from her, Yu Ying falls to an enemy. The game message sound interrupts Yao Yao as Yu Ying unleashes another residual image. It's one arrow double standard. Yao Yao, who was originally bored, immediately smiles. She replies to your message immediately, Okay, I'm so happy to do quests with a pro. Okay, send me your coordinates. Yao Yao immediately sent her coordinates. You quickly find the coordinates and arrive. Here. The little girl is very happy to see you, waving her fair arms and jumping up and down. Leveling up here is too slow. I'll take you to a faster place. You pull Yao Yao into the team without saying a word. Okay, I'll go with you. Yao Yao exits her brother's team without a second thought. Then she joins your team. Yu Ying is currently engrossed in fighting wild boars, completely unaware of all this. It wasn't until he killed a wild boar and noticed that the experience wasn't right that he realized his sister was gone. Yao Yao? Where are you? Yao Yao? Where are you? Why didn't you tell me before leaving? I've already teamed up with Double Standard Pro and am heading to a high-level leveling spot. What? Yao Yao, you're still young. Be careful of bad people. Listen to your brother. Come back quickly. Yuing is anxious. Although this is a game, he will never let his sister suffer. Now, I must warn that one arrow Double Standard. How can there be no such person? This bastard isn't even on my friend list. Damn, one arrow Double Standard, just you wait. You took Yao Yao. Familiar with the road, I came to the bear area where I practiced skills before. Great God, are you going to take me to fight a dozen monsters? Can we beat them? You just smile and don't speak, standing high and drawing your bow to shoot arrows. The bear's health is reduced by 6217. The arrow shot out and the bear below died on the spot. You killed the bear and gained 75 experience points. You absorbed 1 soul remnant. Your attack power and attack range are increased by 1. Yao Yao, who witnessed everything next to you, has her small mouth open wide enough to fit an egg. He had thought of many ways for you to kill monsters, but never thought you would kill the bear below with an arrow from hundreds of meters away. He is so strong, much stronger than my brother. You didn't pay attention to Yao Yao's experience. At this moment, you have already taken out your longbow and started firing rapidly. A bear can provide you with 75 experience points. But you need 6,000 experience points to level up. This can't be helped. You want to quickly complete the unique quest. The priest's recovery is indispensable. It is necessary to give him some experience so that he can reach level 5 as soon as possible. Under your rapid firing, Yao Yao's experience bar is increasing rapidly at a rate visible to the naked eye. Quickly soared and finally filled up. Great God, I'm level 5. Yao Yao feels her head is dizzy. That's level 5. Yesterday, her brother almost turned his snot into noodles. And it wasn't this fast. Yao Yao's words did not stop you from firing. You are still quickly shooting the bears below. If you have nothing to do, go down and pick up the equipment. Okay. Yao Yao responded. Then she walked towards the valley below. Last time, she was busy returning to the village to complete the quest and gave up the equipment all over the ground. This time I can't waste it. Level 10 equipment might not be easy to sell at this point, but the things that are dropped are valuable. You stand above the valley and continue to fire, and Yao Yao below has been busy for several days. Under your rapid firing, the bears below were cleared again. Just as you were about to leave, Yao Yao's exclamation came. Great God, a boss has appeared. You were startled when you heard this. Your eyes quickly found the huge figure that had just spawned in the valley. Yao Yao is picking up equipment. The information was sent out as soon as possible. It is a bronze-level boss. I opened the panel. Skills: Bear Roar, Earth Stomp, Savage Charge. Can only be said that it is worthy of being a level 10 bronze boss. This attribute is directly explosive. In this case, ordinary players can't resist it at all. Fortunately, Ling Ye's current attack power has reached 6,452 without any damage reduction. One arrow can knock off more than 4,000 health points from the opponent. You retreat to the side first and I will fight this boss. Ling Yi sent a message to Yao Yao, then directly activated the active skill of the musical longbow. Musical Carnival actively activated. Attack speed increased to 200% within 10 seconds. Cooldown time is 1 hour. Ling Ye's current attack speed is about less than 2 seconds. He can shoot an arrow. After activating the active skill of the musical longbow, he can attack more than 10 times in 10 seconds. Besides that, Ling Yi can also utilize the offensive and defensive skill to deal double shot damage, twin heavy arrows. It shoots 2 heavy arrows at a single target at once. Each heavy arrow deals 150% attack power damage, consumes 20 points of magic, and has a cooldown time of 8 seconds. According to the skill description, Ling Ye's skill can deal damage to the Bear Guardian, dealing 150% damage. Ling Yi started with a normal attack, then immediately connected with the skill, twin heavy arrows, and then turned on Musical Carnival and started frantically firing. After 10 seconds, Ling Yi used twin heavy arrows again. Yao Yao, hiding behind the bear, only saw above the Bear Guardian's head a dense number of damage figures floating up. Then its health bar dropped rapidly until it was empty, like a floodgate opening. It's instantly killed. Yao Yao's small mouth was wide open, her eyes full of shock. She thought that instantly killing a black iron level boss was already 1 arrow double standards limit. As a result, he can even instantly kill a bronze boss. At this time, Ling Yi heard the game's notification. Congratulations, you have killed the bronze level boss Bear Guardian. You have gained 67,000 experience points. Congratulations, your level has increased to level 6. All attributes +1. Gain 5 free attribute points. Congratulations, your level has increased to level 7. All attributes +1. Gain 5 free attribute points. Congratulations, your level has increased to level 8. Because you are the first player to kill a bronze level boss on the entire server, your reputation is increased by 30. You have gained 30 free attribute points. You have gained Class-Specific General Skill Book 1. You have gained Class-Specific General Skill Book 1. Because you are the first player server-wide to kill a level 10 bronze boss. Your deeds will be spread throughout the entire Jian Yuan continent. Do you want to hide your name? System server-wide announcement. Player 1 Arrow Double Standard and Yao Yao gets Karsik as the first player server-wide to kill a level 10 bronze boss, a special reward of a gold set equipment. Selectable attribute, reputation +30, free attribute points +30. Class-Specific General Skill Book 1. Because you are the first server-wide to kill a level 10 bronze boss. It's repeated 3 times. He wants to withdraw the server-wide announcement. All the players who were buried in leveling up instantly exploded. What a joke. A bronze boss? And level 10? This 1 Arrow Double Standard. What level is he exactly? How could he kill a level 10 boss? And this Yao Yao gets Karsik, who is she? I've never heard of her. Are you stupid? Just by the name you can tell she's a girl. Probably Double Standard God's girlfriend. What? Double Standard God already has a girlfriend? Looks like I have no chance. Extremely helpless, Yuing had to pause sending messages to his sister. He was also stunned. He originally thought his sister had been deceived. But it turned out she really went to level up and even killed a bronze level boss. 1 kill. Could be an accident. The second kill means he really has strength. Yuing had to admit that this player named 1 Arrow Double Standard had some ability. But so what? He abducted his sister, he's an enemy force. Yao, where are you now? I'll come see. Yuing sent a message to his sister. Brother, you don't need to come. He's going to upgrade my priest skills for me. Seeing this message, Yuing felt that his own sister was drifting further and further away from him. Not even bothering to kill monsters, he hurriedly ran towards the village. Inside the newbie village, Lin Yi brought Yao Yao to the priest instructor to upgrade healing spell. After upgrading, Lin Yi transferred a piece of equipment dropped by the bronze boss to her. Geothermal necklace, grade, black iron. Magic enhancement, magic recovery speed +30%. In Heart's Fate, most equipment in the necklace, ring, and bracelet slots have no wearing requirements. Only a very few precious pieces of equipment have wearing requirements. This geothermal necklace is one of those ordinary pieces of equipment, so it has no wearing requirements. Moreover, the attributes of this necklace don't really match Lin Ye's build, so he gave the necklace to Yao Yao. After having this necklace, Yao Yao's sustainability will be greatly improved, which will be of great help to what Lin Yi is going to do next. Among the equipment dropped this time, only this black iron necklace has no level requirement. All the other equipment require level 10 or higher to equip. Among them, what Lin Yi coveted most was a piece of leather armor, guardian leather armor. Equip level 10, grade, silver. Defense +200, resistance +50, constitution +30. Strength +20, Earth Guardian passively activated. Reduces damage taken by 50 points each time. When receiving the first fatal damage, forcibly retain 1 point of HP. Survival cooldown time, 24 hours. The Guardian Leather Armor's defensive ability is obviously very outstanding. The life-saving ability is very useful to Lin Yi, and can make Lin Ye's small body a little thicker. Aside from the equipment, the Savage Bear Guardian also dropped more than 600 copper coins. Lin Yi gave Yao Yao half, and the little girl's chest fluttered happily, directly saying that following a pro is so comfortable. After distributing the spoils dropped by the boss, Lin Yi immediately used the self-select universal skill book. Because it was self-selected, Lin Yi didn't hold back at all. He chose one of the common skills, Splitting Arrow, and activated the passive. After the arrow hits the target, it will split into 3 arrow shadows, and the arrow shadows will automatically attack. Attack the target. Each arrow shadow deals 80% attack power physical damage. The attack range of the arrow shadow is 50% of the range, and the skill cooldown time is 1 second. Undoubtedly, this is the only AoE skill before being both offensive and defensive. And it is also a very practical, switchable passive skill which is very useful for Lin Yi now, because players are no longer as dense as they were when the server opened. So Lin Yi has no way to let the player army work for him. The current player's monster killing speed is not as good as the effect he developed himself. Therefore, Lin Ye's own monster killing efficiency will directly determine the speed of his subsequent talent stacking. Splitting Arrow just meets Lin Ye's needs. After selecting the skill, Lin Yi opened the gold equipment selection box. Chapter 9, Sister Loving Maniac. Lin Ye's level is only 8. Most of the equipment in the gold-grade equipment selection box requires level 10 to equip. Fortunately, the equipment in these 3 parts of necklace, ring, and bracelet are relatively special and almost have no level requirements. Lin Yi is in a large pile of equipment, carefully selected and finally selected a ring of swiftness. Grade gold. Agility plus 45. Strength plus 15. Attack speed plus 20%. Power of swiftness. Passive trigger. Skills and attacks with activation intervals of no more than 3 seconds can stack a layer of power of swiftness. Each layer of power of swiftness can increase attack speed by 10% and can be stacked up to 8 layers. What Lin Yi values is the attack speed stacked by this ring. When the attack speed is fully stacked, it can increase Lin Yi's attack speed to twice the original speed. At that time, then launch the musical rhapsody of the musical longbow, then Lin Yi's attack speed will be within 10 seconds. Increase to 400% of the original. No boss can withstand this level of burst ability at this stage. Equipping the swift ring and replenishing 2,000 arrows at the weapon shop, Lin Yi called out to Yao Yao to head outside the village. It was time to complete that unique quest. They had barely left when Yu Ying, having retrieved his legs, hurriedly returned to the village. He searched for a long time in the village, but couldn't find his sister's figure. Afterwards, he sent a message asking about her and found out that his sister had left with Lin Yi to do a quest. 1 arrow double standard. Give me back my sister. Yu Ying was about to explode with anger. Outside the village, Yao Yao and Lin Yi were heading west as a team. Along the way, Lin Yi instantly killed monsters with an arrow whenever he saw one. He didn't bother picking up the dropped equipment and copper coins, simply stacking his talent. Uncle, look, that deer dropped equipment. Huh? You're not picking it up. Okay then. Hey, that one dropped something too. Aren't you picking it up either? What a pity. Lin Yi's wasteful behavior made Yao Yao's heart ache. However, she didn't dare say anything to Lin Yi, only following him with a pained heart. If my brother were here, he'd be so fast. Picking up equipment wouldn't delay things at all. Lin Yi was stunned. Hearing what Yao Yao said, he suddenly felt a little moved. He might not be good at picking up other people's equipment, but he was definitely good at running. His attack range was getting bigger and bigger now. He couldn't possibly run a kilometer just to pick up a piece of equipment, right? That would take too much time. But what if there was someone fast who could help him pick up equipment? That seemed like a good idea. Yao Yao, where is your brother now? Lin Yi asked. He's in the novice village right now. Why? Should I send him the coordinates and have him come over? Now. Yes. Seeing Lin Yi nod, Yao Yao sent the coordinates. Seeing this, Lin Yi told Yao Yao to continue on their way. Anyway, Yu Ying's speed was fast enough that he would catch up soon, so there was no need to worry. Sure enough, in less than 5 minutes, Yao Yao told Lin Yi that he was coming. Lin Yi stopped upon hearing this, his longbow, casually taking potshots at the surrounding monsters, while his gaze turned to the rear. In the distance, there was a black figure rushing towards them at an extremely high speed. Getting closer, he could see that it was Yao Yao. Yao Yao's legs were moving so fast they were a blur. To get his sister away from Lin Yi's clutches, she didn't want to stop for a second. So, rushing as fast as he could, he finally caught up with his sister within 5 minutes. From a distance, Shadow saw his sister standing next to Lin Yi, like a little fangirl, chatting and laughing with Lin Yi. Shadow felt a pang in his heart, as if something had been taken away by Lin Yi. Brat, stay away from my sister. Or don't blame me. Before Shadow could finish speaking, he saw a wooden arrow land on a fawn not far away. Holy crap. Shadow's eyes almost popped out, although he had already seen Lin Yi's damage. At that time Lin Yi could only deal less than 4,000. Now it's almost 7,000. He hadn't seen him for a day. How could this guy be getting more and more outrageous? What did you just say? It's too far, I didn't hear you. Lin Yi picked at his ear and said indifferently. Shadow's body stiffened, and his eyes gradually cleared. What I mean is, you asked me to come over, is there something you need? Oh, it's like this. Yao Yao told me you run very fast, so I wanted to trouble you, to help me pick up the equipment in the distance. I can't pick it up myself. Lin Yi replied. What? Pick up equipment? Pick up equipment? Shadow couldn't believe his ears. He was a future thief king with an SS level talent, and you're asking me to pick up equipment for you? What do you take me for? Impossible, unhappy, not doing it. Shadow refused 3 times in a row, shaking his head like a rattle drum. Lin Yi didn't care and continued, after the picked up equipment is sold, we'll split it 50/50ths. Not doing it, only an idiot wouldn't do it. Deal. His sister had already revealed it. 1 arrow double standards monster killing efficiency. And he had just seen the other party's damage. Saying he couldn't pick up the equipment, Shadow really believed it. The demand for equipment at this stage was still very large. With the strong promotion by governments around the world, the game Wish was extremely popular. However, the drop rate in the game was very touching. This has led to most players still not having a few decent pieces of equipment. Even a master like Lin Yi was wearing F1. One can imagine how terrible the drop rate of this game was. Under this circumstance, as long as it's equipment on the auction house, it's practically picked up. How is this different from picking up money? Yuying felt that in order for his younger sister to live a good life, what did it matter if he suffered a little and lost a little face? Since you've agreed, then you should disable party invites now, otherwise you won't be able to pick up equipment. Okay, Yuying happily agreed. Not only can I pick up money, but I can also leech experience for free. Love you, little sis. With Yuying's joining, Lin Yi no longer lingered, moving forward while one-shotting all the monsters along the way. Along the way, Lin Yi finally witnessed Yuying's movement speed. She was actually faster than him. Lin Yi's agility, with the blessing of equipment, had already reached 68. Under normal circumstances, this Yuying was already comparable to a level teen rogue. But Yuying's level was only 4. Lin Yi didn't know what Yuying's talent effect was, but one thing was certain. If this guy wanted to run away wholeheartedly, very few people could catch up with her. Compared to Lin Yi's surprise, Yuying was already full of joy. Although the equipment drop rate was very low, Lin Yi's monster-killing speed was too fast. With the blessing of absolute quantity, the equipment that dropped was naturally not small in number. This whiteboard staff can easily sell for 80 copper coins. In the game later, another weapon dropped. This whiteboard greatsword should be able to sell for 120 copper coins. And arrange a grilled fish for Yao Yao and a pair of boots. Selling them will be just right for Yao Yao's late-night snack. Chapter 10, Flame Demon called. Along the way, Yuying was like a diligent little bee, circling around Lin Yi, picking up all the equipment and copper coins. Because the party's distribution rule was captain distribution, all this equipment would enter Lin Yi's backpack. After a while, he would throw the equipment in this backpack into the auction house, and then trade half of the sold copper coins to Yuying. Every time he traded with Yuying, she was so happy that she couldn't close her mouth, constantly mumbling about how generous the boss was. The three of them walked and fought until they finally arrived at the westernmost volcanic area of the novice village. As soon as Lin Yi stepped into the volcanic area, the game prompt sounded in his ear. Ding! Because you are carrying a seal scroll, you have gained the attention of the volcanic demon Calder. Ding! You have been marked by the volcanic demon Calder. Demon-type monsters within the volcanic area will prioritize attacking you. Ding! Affected by the volcanic demon Calder's mark, you will suffer continuous burning from flames within the volcanic area. The closer you get to the volcano, the stronger the burning effect. 111. After the system prompt appeared, damage numbers began to float above Lin Yi's head. This burning effect is currently the weakest, only deducting 1 point of health per second. However, as time goes on, this health deduction effect will gradually increase until the player dies. Lin Yi had expected this, so he wasn't flustered. In his previous life, the strategy for this volcanic demon had already been thoroughly researched. The difficulty of this task wasn't just the volcanic demon Calder and the demon monsters wandering in the volcanic area, but also the burning effect that would gradually increase as the player advanced. In his previous life, the one who took on this task was a guild leader of a small guild. He mobilized all the priests in this novice village to barely complete this task. Currently, the only priest Lin Yi knew was Yun Na Yao. Fortunately, he didn't need to, like the person in his previous life, endure the burning to enter the inner area. In Lin Yi's plan, Yun Na Yao's role was just as a healer responsible for healing. The only purpose of her healing amount was to ensure that she wasn't killed while healing. Now that he had one more Ghost Shadow, Lin Yi was even more confident. Ghost Shadow, go and lure all the fire and little devils from the volcanic area ahead. Yao Yao, keep an eye on your brother. Don't let him die. Don't worry, great God. Although my brother isn't as strong as you, he has the ability to save his life. Yun Na Yao said earnestly, while Ghost Shadow next to her was in tears. Loving his little sister, after instructing the two, Lin Yi took a few steps back. He left the volcano area. As he retreated, the deducted HP numbers floating above his head instantly disappeared. Go lure the monsters. Try to lure them to a spot I can see. A piece of cake, Shadow Smile said confidently. Then, Xiong Jujiu rushed into the volcano area with high spirits, followed by Yun Na Yao. But he didn't go deep. A moment later, a figure rushed out of the volcano, his butt still carrying a plume of black smoke. A group of imps screamed and followed behind. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. These volcano imps are ranged mages. Shadow Smile screamed as he rushed out. Yao Yao. Save me. Plus 385. A green light rose. Shadow Smile's health bar was instantly filled. The upgraded healing amount was much stronger than the initial healing amount. Coupled with Yun Nai Yao's talent amplification, only Lin Yi with his all-stat build could withstand such massive healing. Fragile classes like Shadow Smile simply couldn't handle it. Shadow Smile was clearly also shocked by Yun Nai Yao's healing amount. He was almost hit by a fireball spell from behind. Just then, an arrow flew from afar, accurately hitting the foremost imp. And that wasn't all. After hitting the imp, the arrow instantly split into 3, instantly killing the 3 imps beside it. Before the corpses of the 4 imps could fall, 2 more arrows accurately hit another imp, then split into 6 arrows. In less than a second, 11 imps were killed on the spot. Before the remaining imps could react, another arrow fell, and the scene immediately quieted down. Shadow Smile looked at Lin Yi in the distance with a shocked expression. All this way, he had tried to overestimate Lin Yi as much as possible, but now he realized that he had still underestimated him. Lin Yi's attack power wasn't just high. Even his combos are so smooth. Bro, what are you looking at? Has he always been this good? You're talking about 1 arrow double standard? He's always been amazing. You're just finding out. Yao Yao shook her head, used to it and not making a fuss. Shadowless was speechless. He himself has an SS rank talent, so why does he feel like he can't hold a candle to him? Because Ling Yi clears them too fast. Shadowless had to go out again to lure monsters. Just like that, next, you need to lure out the boss inside the volcano. Ling Yi said to Shadowless, Boss, how do I lure it out? Dumbass, of course you hit it. Throw your dagger and stab it. Ah, okay, alright. Shadowless was stunned for a moment, then agreed. Just kidding, it's just a white dagger, it's fine to lose it. Anyway, when the boss dies, I can get the first kill. It's not a loss at all. After giving a few instructions, Ling Yi asked Shadowless to go lure the monster. Flame Demon Colder, this boss, although it is a wild boss, but he also has his own range of activities. Ling Yi remembered that Colder can only be in the volcanic areas. Core area. He can't reach the periphery, so it's unrealistic to pull the boss out to fight. But Ling Yi is different. His range has reached more than 7,000 meters. This distance is enough to cross the entire volcano. Not to mention hitting the boss. As long as this boss Colder dares to show his face, Ling Yi can kill him instantly. And the only role of the tool Shadowless is to lure Colder out. Boom boom boom. A loud noise came from inside the volcano, followed by billowing smoke rising into the sky. Along with this momentum, a huge figure said, Insignificant mortals, how dare you disturb the great Colder's slumber? You will pay the price of your life for this. Colder's voice resounded through the clouds, shaking the entire volcano. Even the players who were far away grinding monsters heard the movement here. In an instant, the regional channel became lively. Did anyone hear the sound just now? Did a boss appear? Holy crap. Brothers, come to the west of the newbie village. There is a big monster here. How big is it? 3 or 4 stories high. More than that, at least 17 or 18 stories high. The ugly ones are still chatting here, while the handsome ones are already on the way. Same. +1. Top. Flame Demon Colder, Silver Grade Boss. Level. HP, 330, 000/330, 000. MP, 40,000/40, 000. Attack, 3,000. Defense, 2,500. Resistance, 1,300. Skills. Flame Roar, Summon Demons, Lava Burst. Giant's Body. The moment Flame Demon Colder appeared, Yao Yao sent over the opponent's stats. To be honest, the Flame Demon looked much stronger than the Grizzly Bear Guardian. In the Novice Village, there is only 1 Gold Grade boss besides that. The highest is only Silver Grade boss. Currently, the Silver Grade Flame Demon to Ling Yi doesn't pose any danger anymore. The moment the opponent appeared, Ling Yi already started with a basic attack. 5174, Double Heavy Arrow, 3385, 3401. 2 attacks allowed Ling Yi to stack 2 layers of the Swift Ring's passive. Afterwards, Ling Yi continued to use basic attacks to deal damage, while stacking passives. In the distance, Flame Demon Colder roared repeatedly, but he couldn't leave the core area of the volcano, so he could only vent his anger. On the ground, boom boom boom, Colder's huge palms slammed into the ground, shattering the surrounding volcanic rock into pieces. Even the ground was smashed into a large pit. We have to run fast. Yuing grabbed his younger sister and ran outwards without looking back. Just kidding. Getting hit by this boss would send us straight back to town. Takes half a day to run here. Yuing didn't want to be killed and sent back. Fortunately, Ling Ye's damage had firmly attracted the boss's aggro. Colder completely ignored the two of them, only angrily watching Ling Yi, who was pulling the bow and shooting arrows non-stop in the distance. After a few arrows, Ling Ye's attack speed also dropped. Seeing this, he activated it immediately. The musical longbow's equipment skill, Musical Carnival, doubled attack speed. In that instant, the arrows in Ling Ye's hand suddenly accelerated with an extremely exaggerated firing rate. One arrow double standard launched an attack against the Flame Demon card. Dense damage numbers floated from above the Flame Demon's head. His health bar. His health bar dropped rapidly as if a dam had burst. The Shadow Rogue beside him was dumbfounded. Any single damage number floating above this Flame Demon's head was enough to kill him more than 10 times over. Is this one arrow double standard really not cheating? Compared to Shadow Rogue's shock, Yao Yao was much calmer. After all, she had seen Ling Ye, Soul Knight, kill the Bear Guardian in seconds. This Flame Demon, although huge and with a thicker health bar, was just a slightly bigger toy in Ling Ye's hands, right? Didn't you see the Flame Demon roaring madly but unable to reach double standard? He failed. Accompanied by the Flame Demon's roar, his massive body crashed heavily to the ground. At the same time, Ling Ye heard the game's notification. Ding! You have defeated the Flame Demon card. The demon curse on your body has disappeared. Ding! You have successfully defeated the Flame Demon card. Please seal his demon core as soon as possible. Congratulations! You have killed the Silver Grade Boss Flame Demon card. You have gained 30,000 experience points. Congratulations! Your level has been raised to level 9. All attributes +1. You gained 5 free attributes. Zhao Li added the attributes to Constitution. Ling Ye put away the musical longbow and quickly went to where card had fallen, taking the golden equipment and items on the ground into his possession. At this moment, card's demon core was floating beside the corpse, emitting an evil light. Ling Ye picked up the sealing scroll and slapped it onto the demon core. Ding! You have successfully sealed the demon core. Quest complete. Looking at the word completed displayed after the unique quest, Ling Ye's heart was a little excited. Finally, he was about to get that unique equipment. Big shot. There are many people coming, Yao Yao said, coming to Ling Ye's side. Only then did Ling Ye notice that outside the volcano area was already filled with players. Their gazes were uncertain as they looked at the corpse of the Flame Demon card, while secretly sizing up Ling Ye and the others. At this moment, a tall and sturdy figure walked out from the crowd, a middle-aged man with a full beard. Hello, I am the Vice President of the Overlord Guild. Tyrant Blade, were you guys fighting this boss just now? Tyrant Blade's tone wasn't overbearing. It was like a casual greeting between strangers. Shadow and Yao Yao didn't speak, but looked at Ling Yi. This scene immediately clarified things for Tyrant Blade. These three seemed to be led by Ling Yi. Seeing everyone looking over, Ling Yi didn't deny it. Anyway, his face was blurred. It was impossible for anyone present to find his real-life identity through his appearance. That's right, we were getting a definite answer. Found his real-life identity through his appearance. That's right, we were getting a definite answer. Tyrant Blade vaguely guessed. You're one arrow double standard? I am. Hearing the confirmation, a smile suddenly appeared on Tyrant Blade's face. Brother Double Standard, I see you don't have a guild yet. Are you interested in joining our Tyrant Guild? Unknowingly, the Tyrant Guild, as one of the top 10 guilds in the online gaming world, has no less than 100,000 members under its command. Anyone who can serve as a hall master in the Tyrant Guild can manage more than 1,000 people. This is definitely a company executive. I didn't expect Tyrant Blade to be so generous, but after thinking carefully, some people could understand Tyrant Blade's idea. The game New Era is different from any previous game. With strong promotion from various countries, both veteran game players and novice players are pouring into this game. According to official reports, the number of online users has exceeded 3 billion. This is unprecedented in the history of online games. Under such popularity, the position of the old top 10 online game guilds will inevitably be impacted and challenged as never before. If they want to maintain their original position, they must expand their influence in the game as much as possible. One arrow double standard, although a newcomer who has never appeared before, the fact that he has appeared on the entire server announcement twice is enough for the Tyrant Guild to offer the position of Hallmaster. After understanding this, many people looked at Lin Yi with jealousy. They also want to be on the entire server announcement, but their strength doesn't allow it. Humph, Tyrant Blade. You put it nicely, but you only gave Brother Double Standard the position of a Hallmaster. I think you shouldn't be called Tyrant Blade, but / one more time. After Tyrant Blade finished speaking, a young man walked out of the crowd and ridiculed him. Seeing this, the crowd exclaimed again. It was the president of the Yushin Guild, Yushin Datian. Yushin ignored everyone else that day. Looking at Lin Yi seriously, 1 arrow double standard. As long as you come to our Yushin Guild, I can decide to make you the first elder of our Yushin Guild. If you perform well, I can promote you to vice president, 12th elder, etc. The words of Tyrant Blade and Yushin seemed to have stimulated other guilds whose presidents were not present. After receiving their president's approval, they expressed their guild's goodwill one after another, 1 arrow double standard. I represent our brothers to invite you to join. I think you should have heard our slogan. If you are a brother, come, 1 arrow double standard. I am a MLM from the Lin Guild. Our president asked me to tell you that as long as you join our guild now, our guild's top-tier players will allow you to take them to level up. This opportunity is rare. I hope you can seize it. These unsightly, for strong women squeezed through the crowd and said to Lin Yi, "What the hell are you? You fat-headed, big-eared thing, you even want to recruit the double-standard god?" Someone next to her couldn't stand it anymore, but as soon as she said the words, the burly woman's expression changed instantly. "Who the hell are you calling fat-headed and big-eared? I'll let you talk nonsense." The two started fighting after a disagreement. However, the burly woman had high HP and defense. The scene presented a one-sided massacre. Lin Yi took in the chaotic scene. Among all the guilds present, he had only heard of the Tyrant Guild and the Yushin Guild. Among them, the reputation of the Tyrant Guild has always been good, quite matching their uniform. As for the Yushin Guild, Lin Ye's profound gaze swept over Yushin.Yen's effeminate horse face. In his previous life, this Yushin Guild caused quite a bit of disgust. Among the top 10 guilds, the Yushin Guild ranked 6th, 2 ranks higher than the Tyrant Guild. Logically speaking, such a large guild would do some superficial projects for the sake of the guild's reputation. But the Yushin Guild was an exception. Their guild also had a nickname called the Cesspool Guild. The reason for this nickname was because the people of the Yushin Guild, when running dungeons, if they were the captain, more likely than not, they would steal equipment from their teammates. Lin Yi himself had his equipment stolen several times by people from the Pantheon Guild. Such a thing, if it happened in a normal guild, would basically result in expulsion. Then an announcement would be made explaining the situation, but in the Pantheon Guild, they were not ashamed at all. On the contrary, they were proud of it. Logically speaking, such a guild should have collapsed and disbanded amidst the verbal attacks from other players long ago. But this world never lacks pure evil, and the Pantheon Guild's behavior also attracted a large number of chaotic players to join, which led to their. What makes Lin Yi even more unhappy is that the Pantheon Guild is also one of the traitors, colluding with another guild called Madman, serving the invading evil god. Right now, the president of the Pantheon Guild is inviting him to join, and Lin Yi almost laughed out of anger. If he didn't have to go back to turn in the quest later, he would have planned to turn on PK mode and kill Pantheon instantly. Sorry everyone. I have no plans to join a guild right now. Dropping this sentence, Lin Yi accepted Tyrant Saber's invitation, and then crushed the return scroll, seeing Lin Yi not even looking at him, and directly returned to the city. Pantheon's face instantly fell. He already had a horse face, and this pull made him look a bit like Void Faceless. Humph, doesn't know how to appreciate favors, just a newbie, got lucky in the newbie village. Really? Thinks he's better than everyone else. Dropping this sentence, Pantheon turned to Tyrant. Saber snorted, then waved his sleeve and left. Other players, seeing there was nothing to watch, also left one after another, only that puppet female player, still holding down the thin male player, and desperately beating him. Who's fat-headed? Say it, confess it. As the crowd dispersed, 1 arrow double standard killed the boss again. And the news of rejecting invitations from major guilds also spread like wildfire on the forum, shocking Pantheon Guild and Tyrant Guild. Both guilds extended invitations, but 1 arrow double standard cruelly rejected them. Who exactly is 1 arrow double standard? Actually able to attract the 2 major guilds to extend strange solicitations, valuable information regarding 1 arrow double standard's true damage. In-depth analysis of 1 arrow double standard's detailed boss hunting. This day, information about Lin Yi is on the forum almost every moment. Hundreds and thousands of messages are being added at an alarming rate. New Genesis is so popular. Without game time, everyone hopes to learn some game-related strategies from the forum, but unexpectedly, the top 10 most popular topics on the entire forum, 9 of them are related to Lin Yi. This also leads to Lin Yi's popularity increasing at a terrifying rate. Even the national authorities are inquiring about Lin Yi's news. It's really, they have no way to find Lin Yi directly through New Genesis. As for the outside world's excitement, Lin Yi naturally doesn't have time to pay attention to it. At this moment, he has returned to the village and is heading towards the house where the village chief is. Walking quickly. Village chief, I have completed the task. Lin Yi handed the sealed scroll to the village chief. The village chief took it and glanced at it. A smile immediately appeared on his wrinkled face. Hehe, I knew you were a warrior. Your bravery saved our entire village. This is the reward you deserve. Ding. You have completed the unique task, Volcano Demon. Ding. You gained 50,000 experience points. You obtained the unique item, Angel's Wings. Congratulations, your level has been raised to level 10. All attributes +1. Gained 5 free attributes. Level 10, level 10. Lin Ye's expression was somewhat dazed. In his previous life, it took him a full 10 days or so to reach level 10. This was still after dungeons were released, when there were dungeons to grind. If he could only do it like now, grinding ordinary wild monsters, it would probably be 3 or 4 days later. But in this life, it only took 2 days to reach level 10. Even Lin Yi had never heard of this speed. Of course, the level is not very useful to Lin Yi now. As long as the talent can continue to steal, even level 1 can try. Server-wide announcement. Player has reached level 10. The level leaderboard is now open. Server-wide announcement. Player has reached level 10. 3 consecutive server-wide announcements left all players dumbfounded. What a joke! I'm only level 4, and someone is already level 10. No way! I'm one of the first players to enter the game. Is the gap that big? Who leveled up so fast? Let's take a look. It's one arrow double standard again. He's really not cheating. He's the double standard god. Oh, never mind then. Seeing one arrow double standard at the top of the level rankings, many people felt not much surprise. After all, in the newbie phase, this one arrow double standard has been on all the announcements. He was the first to reach level 10. It's not surprising. At a level 6 training spot, Yushin's face that day was very ugly. Beside him, for guild elites, were constantly pulling and killing monsters. This one arrow double standard is too much of a threat. Since he can't be used by my Yushin guild, then destroy him. Come here for a moment. Guild leader, what's the matter? Go investigate this one arrow double standard thoroughly, and also try to win him over. If he's really not pretending, you know what to do. Il grinned. Don't worry, guild leader. I'm familiar with this. Okay, go. Chapter 13, Angel's Wings. Ding. As the first player to reach level 10, you receive 10 free attribute points and a random silver grade equipment. Lin Yi will add the 10 free attribute points to Constitution, and then take a look at the rewarded silver equipment. After finding it useless, he directly put it in the auction house. Currently, most of the items in the auction house are still white-grade equipment, with only a few black iron equipment displayed. Lin Ye's silver equipment immediately attracted a lot of attention when it appeared. As a result, it was bought out for 10 to 20,000 copper coins, with a single bid in less than 5 seconds. Closing the auction house, Lin Yi opened his inventory. Lying there was a pair of pure white wings, emitting a faint, holy aura. Angel's Wings. 2 wings. Can be soulbound. After binding, you can control the wings to fly freely. Can be upgraded. This is it. The unique equipment that was envied in my previous life. Only the first person to complete the unique quest can obtain it. Until this moment, Lin Ye's hanging heart finally fell. Without hesitation, Lin Yi immediately soulbound the angel wings. In an instant, everything became gray and transparent, and only that pair of angel wings emitted a holy white light under Lin Ye's gaze. A pair of translucent wings emerged from the angel wings and finally burrowed into his body. Ding, soul binding is complete. You can summon the angel wings anytime, anywhere. Lin Yi thought, and the next second, a rustling sound came from behind him. Lin Yi turned his head to look, and saw a pair of huge white wings growing from his spine, and the opened wings covered half the sky. What big wings! I wonder what the flight speed is like. This thought of Lin Ye's had just risen when the wings behind him gently fanned, and his whole person took off and flew. The players who were doing quests around exclaimed, "Holy crap, what is that? Someone is flying. How did he do it? Did anyone see what just happened? Holy Mother Alail, I saw a god." Lin Yi, experiencing flight for the first time, was so happy that he reluctantly landed after half an hour. There's no way around it. Game time is precious. Being able to spend half an hour experiencing flight is already Lin Ye's limit. What's gratifying is that the flight of the angel wings does not consume anything. Its flight speed and altitude are only related to its own grade. For example, the current 2-winged angel wings can only fly at a speed of about 10 meters per second, and the flight altitude is only about 1,000 meters. To increase these two values, you must improve the quality of the angel wings, but Lin Yi has no idea how to improve the quality. After all, he didn't have this equipment in his previous life, and no one posted a follow-up upgrade guide. However, the current attributes of the angel wings are enough for Lin Yi. Next is to update equipment. Flame Demon card is indeed one of the best bosses in the novice village. The first solo kill was for Lin Yi. Directly dropped 2 pieces of gold grade equipment and 1 gold grade item, specifically Evil Magic Staff, grade gold. Equipment level 5, Magic plus 60. Constitution plus 30, Casting Speed plus 10%, Mana Consumption minus 10%. Summon Imp, actively activated, based on own magic power. Summons 3 Flame Imps to fight together. Flame Imps exist for 1 hour. Mana Burn, passively activated. Consumes twice the mana when casting, but spell power increases to 130% of the original. Clearly, this is a top-tier equipment for a turret mage. The summoned imps can be used as meat shields. Mana Burn can also increase output. Golem Ring, grade, gold equipment slot, bracelet. Equipment requirement, 60 Constitution, Constitution plus 40. Resistance plus 30, Defense plus 10, HP recovery speed plus 10%. Mana recovery speed plus 10%, Magic Body Shield, actively activated. Then removes all negative effects on oneself except suppression. Cooldown, 1 hour. Blood Burn, passively activated. After equipping, HP limit becomes 90% of the original resistance plus 50. Ling Yi felt a bit pained looking at this demon golem ring. Its build was already fragile. After equipping, it also deducts 10% of the maximum HP. This makes an already weak health bar even worse. However, considering that this bracelet adds 40 points of constitution and can also remove crowd control effects, Ling Yi reluctantly equips it first. After equipping the demon golem ring, Ling Yi put on the previous armored cloak. Guardian Armored Cloak, equipment level 10. Grade silver, defense plus 200, resistance plus 50. Constitution plus 30, strength plus 20, Guardian of the Earth. Passive effect, reduces damage taken by 50 points each time. When suffering the first fatal damage, forcibly retain 1 point of health, invincibility cooldown time. After equipping all for 24 hours, record the attributes of Ling Yi. Player 1 Arrow Double Standard, title, Pioneer, level 10. Health 1638, Mana 25250. Constitution 115 plus 67, Strength 15 plus 50, Intelligence 15 plus 10, Endurance 15 plus 10, Agility 15 plus 70, Luck 0. Attack 7269, Attack Range 7254, Defense 15 plus 230, Resistance 15 plus 140, Skill, Double Heavy Arrow Equipment, Meteor Longbow, Wildcat Boots, Swift Ring. Demon Collar, Guardian Armor after equipping. Ling Yi's survivability has been greatly improved, especially the Guardian. The 200 points of defense, 50 points of damage block, and the tearing survivability provided by the armor. With this equipment, Mom no longer has to worry about the archer being instantly killed by the big bosses. In addition to the 2 pieces of equipment, there is also a gold grade item, Demon's Whisper. Grade, gold, description, one-time use item. After use, can confuse a designated enemy for 5 seconds. This item at first glance seems useless, but Ling Yi doesn't think so. With this piece of equipment, it will greatly help it with the things it needs to do next. Put away the item. Ling Yi sent the screenshot of the demon staff to Ba Tianyi Dao in its friends list. Besides Yun Dan Fengqing, there's this friend. Ling Yi added him before. Ling Yi added him in order to easily sell equipment, although there is an auction house in the Wish. But going through the auction house will charge a 10% handling fee. This money can be saved if possible. Of course, the premise is that the transaction object is trustworthy enough. Otherwise, it's better to honestly go through the auction house. As for Overlord Blade's character from the previous life, it has already been verified and he has enough strength to buy most of the equipment. Shortly after Spirit Liquid sent the screenshot, Overlord Blade replied, "Damn, brother, your equipment is awesome. How much are you selling it for? Name your price. I'll sell it now." Most players are still around 5G. Even the elite players in our guild generally only have 6G. This equipment of yours isn't needed for the time being, but it will definitely be valuable later. How about this? I'll offer 100,000 copper coins to buy this equipment of yours. If it's okay with you, name a place and we'll trade directly. The price Overlord Blade gave was not much different from what Spirit Liquid expected. Okay, send someone to the entrance of the novice village to trade. Okay, coming right away. Before long, Spirit Liquid saw a youth named Overlord Little Drillwind running over. After seeing Spirit Liquid, one hand gave the money, and the other hand delivered the goods. No problem. The two quickly completed the transaction. Overlord Little Drillwind didn't dare to leave the village and ran straight to the warehouse in the center of the village. Spirit Liquid ignored him. After buying a few town return scrolls in the shop, he summoned wings of the angel and soared into the sky. From now on, I can finally focus on stacking my talent. Chapter 14. Sure enough, the level of most players has now reached around 5G. Therefore, there are very few people at the level 4 leveling spot at the village entrance. As a result, a large number of monsters are idle and not being killed, but flew over the spirit level rabbits and then, relying on the super long attack range and the group damage effect of splitting arrows, in less than 2 minutes he cleared all the rabbits in the leveling spot. After killing the rabbits in seconds, Spirit Liquid didn't stop and flew straight to the level 1 leveling spot. Then, repeating the same method, he cleared the level 1 training spot again. One Arrow Double Standard also contacted Yao Yao and Shadow, giving her a coordinate, letting her bring her brother over to wait. Yao Yao and Shadow, regarding One Arrow Double Standard's words, listened and obeyed. Immediately, she dragged her brother and ran over. One Arrow Double Standard raised his flight altitude to the maximum, 1,000 meters, and then flew towards the destination. While clearing all the monsters along the way at the training spots, the players who were training only saw a rain of swords falling from the sky, and then all the monsters at the training spot died. They all looked up but could only see a small black dot suspended in the air, unable to make out the other person's appearance at all. However, even though they couldn't see clearly, the envy was real. At this stage, there were players who had flight ability. This was definitely winning at the starting line, flying all the way. When One Arrow Double Standard arrived at the target location, his talent stacking had exceeded 10,000 times. The efficiency was much higher than before. When One Arrow Double Standard descended from the sky, in front of Yao Yao and Shadow, the brother and sister's eyes were about to pop out. Great God, you can fly? Can you take people? Yao Yao took small steps, her eyes almost turning into stars. It's easy to imagine how excited she was inside. Shadow's eyelids twitched wildly. He had a bad feeling. Yes, One Arrow Double Standard said, but the flight speed might be slow. Can you take me? I've always wanted to experience flying, but it's too expensive to pay to play it once. Yao Yao looked expectantly at One Arrow Double Standard. One Arrow Double Standard smiled slightly and spread his arms. Come on. Thank you, great God. Yao Yao happily came in front of One Arrow Double Standard, blushed, thought for a while and finally put her back in One Arrow Double Standard's care. One Arrow Double Standard naturally wrapped his arm around Yao Yao's waist. Only then did he realize that this girl was really slender. And, take off. Yao Yao's face was flushed, but she still shouted excitedly. As the sound faded, the two had already taken off into the air, and Yao Yao's joyful cheers, filled with surprise and delight, came from mid-air. Hello. Yuying was already in tears without knowing when. She felt that her sister was drifting further and further away from her. Yao Yao has grown up and is going to get married. As her brother, I must save up a dowry for Yao Yao, so she won't lose face. Damn monsters, drop the equipment for me. Yuying charged into the monster crowd, unleashing a wide-range attack. I can only save up a dowry for my sister. More than 10 minutes later, Ling Yi and Yao Yao finally landed from the air. At this moment, both of their faces were flushed red. Everyone knew the reason. Whatever, let's just kill monsters quickly. *CK your mother. You keep dropping basic equipment. Ling Yi changed the subject. Okay. Yao Yao buried her entire face in her chest and didn't dare to look at Ling Yi at all. Seeing this, Ling Yi immediately sent Yao Yao a team invitation. The two siblings were already in a team, and he was still the leader. He immediately agreed to Ling Ye's request, and then passed the leadership to Ling Yi. Ling Yi changed the team's distribution mode to leader distribution, and then took off into the air and flew high up. Yao Yao breathed a sigh of relief. She was finally able to breathe properly, but soon she noticed the abnormality in her body, and couldn't help but clamp her legs together. In midair, Ling Yi quickly calmed down, and then rapidly fired at the monster crowd below. Under Yao Yao's instructions, Yuying reluctantly turned into a diligent little bee, picking up the scattered equipment. On the ground, soon the monsters in this area were also cleared out under Ling Ye's slaughter. Ling Yi beckoned to the two siblings to continue forward. The group quickly arrived not far from where they had previously killed the flame demon. In a small valley shaped by volcanic ash, Ling Yi took out the sealing scroll that had been processed by the village chief. Ding, residual aura of a fire demon detected in this area. Use the sealing scroll to open the teleportation interface. The sealing scroll will disappear after use. Instance coordinates. XXX server-wide announcement. Player 1 Arrow Double Standard has opened an instance. 3 consecutive announcements shocked all players. The instance is finally open, Quickly notify the guild leader. The first clear is ours. Finally, there's an instance to farm. I'm about to puke from farming boars. 5 episodes later. Leveling up is too slow. The instance's experience should be more. Thanks to 1 arrow double standard, in less than half a minute after the instance opened, Ling Ye's friend Lan received a message from Tyrant Blade. Double standard brother. Are you at the instance now? Ling Yi replied, I am. Tyrant Blade was overjoyed upon seeing the reply. Double standard brother, I have something to discuss with you. Our guild wants to get the first clear of this instance. Can you help us? Name your price. Ling Yi thought for a moment and immediately agreed. Okay. But you have to bring my friend along, and I get to distribute the equipment inside the instance. I don't want what I don't need to be distributed by score. I want it for free, and give me 100,000 copper coins afterward. No problem. We're on our way. Please wait a moment. Tyrant Blade agreed without thinking. As long as he could get the first clear, the effect of the server-wide announcement couldn't be bought with any amount of advertising fees. While Tyrant Blade was on his way, one after another, players who were leveling nearby arrived. They quickly recognized Ling Yi after seeing the 3 of them. Several good-looking female players immediately went up to him. God, do you want to team up? Our team is all girls. Can God carry me? I have so much to talk to you about. Double standard God. I love you to death. Yao Yao next to him gets motion sickness, and seeing this, her mouth is almost pouting to the sky. He felt like his beloved treasure was being coveted by someone, but Ling Ye's words instantly cheered him up. Sorry, I'm waiting for someone. If you want to team up with him. Ling Yi pointed to Shadow nearby. Shadow was stunned. As expected, getting scolded, beloved wife, Chapter 15. Demon West Dungeon. Tyrant Blade didn't make Ling Yi wait long. He was even more anxious than Ling Yi. Everyone knows the difficulty of newbie dungeons, if you want to clear them. Generally, it's not too high, so if you don't dare, it's easy to be snatched by other guilds. Double standard brothers, here we come, Tyrant Blade. One person walked over, including Tyrant Little Diamond Edge, whom Ling Yi had seen before. Ling Yi nodded and added Milk Yao Yao and the people from the Tyrant Guild into the team. Listen to my command when we enter the dungeon. I guarantee you. Safely obtain it. Ling Yi added, don't worry. I've already told them. If anyone doesn't listen, just kick them out. Tyrant Blade said, also looking at the people behind him. At this moment, even if the people from the Tyrant Guild were dissatisfied, they wouldn't dare to say it in front of their vice president. However, everyone still relatively recognized Ling Ye's strength. What about me? What do I do? Shadow asked. Wait a moment. I'll take you to the dungeon after I get the first clear. Not taking me, the Tyrant Guild's people can reduce equipment, so you don't need it for now. Ling Yi said, then took the lead and entered the dungeon, leaving Shadow confused in place. So, in Ling Ye's eyes, its SSG talent can only be used to reduce equipment. Ding, about to enter the Demon West dungeon. Please select the difficulty. Hell level. Ding. The difficulty has been selected. Now teleporting. Following the game's prompt, Ling Yi and his party instantly entered. As soon as they entered the dungeon, there was a wave of scorching heat from the west. It hit them in the face, making everyone feel uncomfortable. At this time, the Badian Guild members also noticed something was wrong. Why were they entering a hell difficulty dungeon? Doesn't that mean going straight up? 1 arrow double standard, this is hell difficulty. Badian Yi Dao reminded him in a low voice, thinking Ling Yi had chosen the wrong one, but Ling Yi nodded lightly. I know. The thing I need can only be dropped in hell difficulty. Hearing this, Badian Yi Dao shut his mouth on the spot. It's just that the other players in the Badian Guild couldn't help themselves. Although they didn't say it on the surface, they were privately discussing in the group chat, what is 1 arrow double standard doing? We haven't even cleared the West of Evil dungeon on normal, yet he chose the highest difficulty. Isn't this a joke? The time spent in the early stages of the dungeon is crucial. Any failure could lead to the dungeon's first clear being snatched by another guild. Alas, the vice president is confused. With the strength of our Badian Guild's elite team, if we focus on normal difficulty dungeons, it probably won't take long. What do? Retreat now? Badian Yi Dao? Seeing everyone's discussion, Badian Yi Dao also felt that Ling Yi was acting a bit rashly. As the saying goes, since we're here, let's try it. Since he dared to choose this difficulty, he should have confidence. The second team entered the dungeon after us. Even if we fail here, the information they provide can speed up our next strategy. Hearing Badian Yi Dao say this, the others had no choice but to temporarily shut their mouths. However, because of the dissatisfaction in their hearts, no one in the dungeon team made any sound. The scene was quiet for a while. Ling Yi naturally didn't know that the Badian Guild members were discussing him in the small group. His attention was now focused on the information about the dungeon, the hell difficulty west of Evil Dungeon. He had cleared it in his previous life, but he fell before the final boss. That boss was very restrictive to melee combat, causing Ling Ye's abilities to be unable to be used, eventually leading to a wipe. It's different now. Ling Yi took the musical longbow in his hand. He said to a rogue-looking person in the team, "Go ahead and tank the monsters. Healer in the team, just pay attention to your health. Everyone else, reduce damage in time." The rogue is pulling the monsters. The rogue player and other guild members are a bit confused. Shouldn't a full HP warrior be tanking the damage? Everyone is a little doubtful of Ling Ye's professionalism, but seeing that Tyrant Blade didn't speak, that rogue player could only bite the bullet and go forward. After all, he's a master member of Tyrant Guild's elite team. Although he's a little dissatisfied with Ling Ye's direct choice of hell difficulty and strange commands, the game literacy of all team members is still very good. Pulling monsters, kiting monsters, positioning monsters, healing. The whole process is smooth and flowing. The place where Ling Yi and others entered is an open valley entrance. Somewhat similar to the volcanic ash outside, the valley piled up with volcanic ash. The difference is that this valley is filled with scorching, hot breath. Everywhere on the ground are bright red lava caves. At this moment, the place where the rogue who rushed out passed by already had demons crawling out of the underground lava caves. Molten demons. Level 75. HP 9000/9000. MP 800/800. Attack 700. Defense 140. Resistance 220. Skill Flame Breath. These humanoid demons, after seeing the rogue, roared and rushed over. The rogue looked nervous. These demons have high attack and low defense. If he accidentally gets hit a couple of times, he might die on the spot. The full HP warrior in the team arrow was about to go up to tank when he saw Lin Yi raise his big bow. 3 arrows per second, poof poof poof. 12,658. 10158. 10242. With the combination of double heavy arrow and split arrow, huge damage numbers instantly floated above the molten demons' heads. Every damage number is above 10,000. In just a moment, the 7 or 8 molten demons chasing behind the rogue died on the spot, leaving behind a pile of dropped equipment. With the bronze wall, the people present, and the arrow-like projectiles, everyone's expression stiffened. What's going on? Damage exceeding 10,000, a 1-arrow kill? Even Ba Tianyi Dao watched in silence. He knew Lin Yi was powerful, but he didn't expect him to be this powerful. Could this kind of damage really be dealt at this stage? But regardless, Lin Yi's strength finally put everyone's minds at ease. Perhaps, this time they really can beat the resistance level dungeon. What are you spacing out for? Lin Yi raised his eyebrows and said. Then everyone was pleasantly surprised. The full-blood warrior was the first to rush up and pick up the dropped equipment. As for the rogue player, he continued to wander around attracting monsters, leading all the magma devils out. In less than a minute, all the magma devils at the breach were cleaned up by Lin Yi. This monster farming efficiency, even those who had seen big scenes, the Ba Tian Guild's elite team, were clicking their tongues in amazement. You don't need this equipment. Name your price. Lin Yi threw the equipment he picked up to Ba Tianyi Dao. After throwing it to Ba Tianyi Dao, he walked into the cave without looking back. Ba Tianyi Dao was also straightforward, directly referencing the price of gold equipment to give a reasonable price. To this, Lin Yi didn't haggle much, but gave Ba Tianyi Dao his bank card number, telling him to directly transfer the money into the card. Chapter 16, Offense and Defense. Everyone traveled along the way, and soon came to the outside of a lava cave. Lin Yi took the lead, entering it, followed by the full-blood warrior, who was afraid that something would happen to Lin Yi, and quickly followed. Yun Na Yao Yao was also afraid that Lin Yi would be instantly killed, and followed closely behind. Entering the lava cave, a group of demons hanging upside down from the top of the lava cave attracted everyone's attention. Stone statue demon level stone. HP mana. Attack. Defense resistance. Skill, demonic force palm. Seeing the stone statue demon stats, Lin Yi raised his hand and delivered a sword strike. Instant aim, then he followed up with a double heavy sword attack combined with split sword. Further connecting with a basic attack, he instantly killed the small group of stone statue demons closest to him. Everyone was speechless again. Your casual mobs are treated like bosses. Except for the stone statue demons near the cave entrance which were clustered together, the other stone statue demons appeared individually. Lin Yi led the group deeper into the lava cave, taking out the stone statue demons hanging above them. The others following behind felt like they were on a sightseeing tour. If all dungeons could be cleared like this, it would be too good. The group continued inwards and soon discovered 3 caves ahead. Lin Yi knew that the middle cave was where the boss was located. The left and right caves were where the prerequisite switches were located, so he didn't hesitate. The others didn't dare to say much and followed cautiously, walking for less than 3 minutes. A huge underground space suddenly opened up before everyone. In the very center of the underground space was a magnificent flame altar. In the middle of the altar stood a petrified demon. Behind the demon was a wrench-like switch. To enter the boss's room, you had to flip that switch. Connecting the cave entrance and the altar was only a long chain bridge. Below the chain bridge was endless darkness. Lin Yi looked up. He discovered that the top was only a dozen meters from the ground. This height, you can't even fly up. Someone might die in this level. Lin Yi said, "Yeah." The others were silent. Later, someone will need to cross the chain bridge and step onto the altar. After the demon awakens, it will destroy the chain bridge. So the person who goes, unless they can take him down before the demon destroys the chain bridge, will surely die, Lin Yi explained. Hearing this, everyone immediately looked at Lin Yi. Lin Yi spread his hands. "I'm an archer. You expect me to engage in close combat with a demon?" Everyone suddenly realized that along the way one arrow double standard had been, making them instinctively believe that as long as they followed behind one arrow double standard, they could clear the level. Thus, they lost their minds, only remembering now that one arrow double standard was a glass cannon. How could they let a glass cannon engage in close combat? "I'll do it. I have high movement speed. Maybe I can hold it back a bit, and even if I die, I can run fast," the previously invisible rogue player stepped forward to say, and Lin Yi nodded, indicating that the other party could start the fight. Seeing this, the rogue player immediately rushed towards the altar in the middle. The moment he crossed the lock bridge and stepped onto the altar, a muffled roar echoed in everyone's ears. "Vile humans, the great flame demon, Lord Calder will not be disturbed by you." Along with the roar, the petrified demon statue in the middle of the altar instantly revived, and at the same time, raging flames ignited on his body. Demon Guard Xenode, Elite Level 10, HP 100,000/100,000. Magic, 400/400 attack, 1200 defense, 350. Resistance, 500 skills, Demonic Roar, Delayed Earth, Ring of Death Fire. If they had encountered this kind of elite-level boss before, the elite team of the Batian Guild would definitely be on high alert, not daring to be careless in the slightest. But after witnessing one arrow double standard strength, all that remained in their hearts was disdain. Is that all? Not even enough for the double standard god to fill his teeth. However, the ranged players in the team quickly became worried. This distance is too far. Can the god hit the demon? As soon as these words came out, everyone was stunned. Oh right, we were too busy looking at the damage, forgetting that ranged attacks have a range. From the entrance of the cave, the distance to the altar is at least 200 meters, a distance that ordinary ranged attacks simply cannot reach, unless they have equipment that increases their range. Just as everyone was worried, one arrow double standard had already drawn his bow, an ordinary wooden arrow placed on the meteorite iron longbow. Then with a whoosh it flew out. Everyone's eyes were fixed on the wooden arrow, until he landed on the demon guard. As long as it hits, everyone's expression will change. As long as it hits, that's all that matters. Under Ling Ye's attack, the demon guard only lasted for less than 8 seconds before falling in defeat. Lord Calder will not let you go. As the boss fell, a lot of equipment dropped. Fortunately, the thief player responsible for attracting aggro didn't die. He's already quickly picked up the equipment. Ling Yi directly ignored a few useless black iron equipment and silver equipment but kept a silver staff. Priest staff, equipment level 10. Grade, silver. Magic plus 40. Resistance plus 30. Magic recovery speed plus 20%. Healing amount plus 10%. Last blessing, active. After use, can be used on a designated target. Ling Yi gave it to Yao Yao. When the little girl received the silver equipment, she only felt dizzy. Such top-quality equipment, the pro player gave it to her without even blinking. How should she repay him? After distributing the equipment and having the thief player pull the switch, Ling Yi took everyone back to the original intersection and then chose the rightmost path. Like the previous guard altar, this was also a demon guard guarding the altar. Ling Yi did the same. Before the guard destroyed the drawbridge, Ling Yi gave it to Yao Yao. This time, a few more silver equipment and a bunch of black iron equipment dropped. However, these equipment were useless to Ling Yi, so he had Overlord Cut 1 sell them for cash. Looking at the rapidly increasing numbers in his bank card, the smile on Ling Ye's face also grew. After both altar switches were activated, Ling Yi and his party were finally about to face the final boss. Following the cave in the middle all the way down, after a while, Ling Yi and his party arrived at a underground cave several times larger than the previous 2 underground spaces. Different events. Generally in the space in Ling Yi all the way down after a while. Ling Yi and his party arrived at an underground cave several times larger than the previous 2 underground spaces. The difference was that there was no altar or demon in this cave, only a stone staircase leading down from the entrance. Below, however, was constantly churning, fiery magma. In the center of the magma, there was a huge demon head with its eyes closed. It was the dungeon's boss, Flame Demon Calder. At the edge of the magma, there were several small platforms large enough for only 3 or 4 people to stand on. Apart from that, there were no other footholds. Ling Yi, in his previous life, fought the boss on the small magma platforms, but Ling Yi was a warrior then, and his reach was too short. Even if he pushed his abilities to the limit, he still couldn't avoid the boss's magma bombardment, but this time the offense and defense were reversed. Someone go and lure the boss out. Chapter 17, First Clear of the Dungeon. This time, it wasn't the rogue who lured the monster. The foothold below is very small, even the rogue can't perform well. In the end, another offensive and defensive player in the team took on the task. He followed the stone steps to the bottom, and then attacked the demon's head. With a double-handed greatsword, -53. This scarlet single-digit damage floated up from the demon's head, making the attacking player's face burn with shame. Compared to Ling Ye's tens of thousands of damage, his single-digit damage was simply embarrassing. Badian Yidao saw this scene. Also felt ashamed. He secretly glanced at Ling Yi and saw that he didn't react. Before he breathed a sigh of relief. After taking damage, the sleeping boss finally awakened. Who is disturbing the great Calder's slumber? I will make you pay the price. With a deep roar, the demon in the magma gradually revealed its figure. Unlike the huge size that Ling Yi fought outside before, this time, the Flame Demon Calder was only about 5 meters tall, but its stats were much higher than before. Flame Demon Calder, Silver Grade Boss, Level 10. HP 700, 000/700, 000 Mana 140, 000/140, 000 Attack 5000. Defense 3000, Resistance 3300, Skills. Flame Roar. Summon Demon Magma Eruption Giant Body. Rebirth in Flames. When the Flame Demon's exaggerated stats were presented in front of everyone, everyone was silent. 700,000 health, 5,000 attack, and 3,000 defense. Can humans even fight this kind of monster? Not to mention the current stage. Even after the players generally reached the first-class advancement, probably not many people could beat this kind of monster. Oh, it seems someone can fight. Everyone looked at Ling Yi, who had already drawn his bow. Whoosh! An arrow flew from Ling Ye's hand, accurately hitting the fire demon below. Although they expected Ling Ye's damage, everyone's spirits were still lifted. The fire demon's hatred was also attracted by Ling Yi in the first instance. It raised its huge head and looked at Ling Yi, its fiery red eyes full of anger. Damn bug! You've made me angry! The fire demon roared. A huge fireball shot out from its mouth, heading straight for the cave where Ling Yi was. Quick, dodge! Ling Yi called out, picking up Dizzy Yao by his side. Then he jumped off the platform. Boom! The flames exploded. Screams came. The avatars representing teammates in the team instantly turned black. Only Dizzy Yao, who was standing with Ling Yi, survived. Everyone else, including Tyrant Saber, was instantly killed. On the contrary, the one who went down to start the fight was completely fine, just a little uncomfortable from the lava around him. Hold on tight, Ling Yi said to Dizzy Yao in his arms, who was like an octopus, clinging to him. Then he flew to the highest point of the cave. Dizzy Yao was extremely nervous at this moment, her hands and feet tightly wrapped around Ling Yi. Even if her chest was squeezed, making it a little hard to breathe, she was unwilling to let go. Ling Yi carried her to the highest point of the cave, a full 500 meters, away from the fire demon standing in the lava. None of the fire demon's attacks could reach them. Ling Yi immediately picked up his bow and arrow and continuously fired at the fire demon below, who was constantly roaring. Because it couldn't reach Ling Yi, the fire demon could only roar impotently, smashing the surrounding lava everywhere. The poor archer, who was originally hiding in a corner watching silently, was sent back to the instant's entrance by the splashed lava. At this time, the private chat group of the Tyrant Guild had exploded. What the hell kind of damage is that? I'm a shield warrior with full health. Isn't that normal? It's a hell-level boss. You think I'm kidding around? What's the situation? Can one arrow double standard beat the boss? Who's still in the cave? We're still corpse running. I see one arrow double standard isn't dead yet. He's fighting the monster. Holy crap, this boss is crazy. There's lava everywhere. Holy crap, I died too. Yao Yao, our only hope, also died.